Time about a band that I actually have a connection to. And I did meet them. So they actually played here in my hometown at the Boathouse, which is no longer around. It was down at the beach and stuff. But yeah, this is a really cool story, so that I think you'll enjoy with this band. So as you'll see, that was the band Every Mother's Nightmare. Every Mother's Nightmare, if I want to say, they got together in 87, and this record came out in 88, 89, because I know I was in 8th grade. And the thing I can tell you is I remember that my cousin Debbie, who is MIA, she went missing many years ago due to drug induced psychosis and stuff like that. But it was pretty bad because she got messed up on the scene. So I hate to say that, but she was awesome. That's all I'm going to say. She was freaking awesome. She worked on the scene and she worked at Arista Records as an intern while she was going to college. And she worked under, I want to say it was Clive Davis, if I'm correct. I want to say it was definitely Clive Davis. But she worked with the band members. Lead singer was Rick Rule, and I know a couple of the other guys' names were Travis, John, Troy, and Alan. I want to say were all their names. So from back the first part of this, when they first came out on the scene. But this was the time when the band's Dream Theater came out. I know that. And their videos came out on Headbangers Ball. And the first video was the song Love Can Make You Blind. And they also had a couple other songs that they did videos for, which was the Walls Come Down, which actually was, I think, the very first video. But Love Can Make You Blind was the one that kind of shot them up with their record. But long story short, my cousin Debbie used to work with them. She was freaking gorgeous. So long blonde hair down to her ass, like a size 2. So, and she started working there, and I guess she hung out with these guys a lot and stuff because, she was the cute little intern and things. But I always looked up to her because she was the cousin that I wanted to grow up and inspire to be, because a lot of people don't know this unless you are really close with me. I never wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to do record producing, or I wanted to work on the radio and be a DJ. That was actually my dream. I actually wanted to be a DJ. I still wish I could. But she hung out with them and she worked with them, and she, was the coffee girl and all that. But the coolest thing about this whole story is when their album came out, their very first album. So, their first titled album, it was during the month or the week of my birthday, which is January. And she and I would always talk on the phone because I was like her favorite baby cousin. And she would tell me all these cool stories and things about the strip and all the bands that she, hung out with. And she would send me pictures of her in the mail from like her modeling gigs and stuff. She did like the catwalk style modeling. And just told me all these cool stories and things. But the coolest thing is she was able to get me one of the original, I guess it would be like a demo. So of like before the CD was actually sent off to the record stores and stuff. So it was like the one that they were checking off, basically, of yes, this is how we want it and all that. And all the guys actually signed the CD for me. And she sent me demo pictures and a poster of them in the mail. And I just thought it was the coolest thing. So, I mean, she was so cool. I can tell you so many stories about her. But yeah, so that's my little story time about me and how in some ways I know Every Mother's Nightmare. And by the way, I did, like I said, see them and I met them. So yeah, they knew, when I introduced myself at 16 years old and told them who I was. They actually knew who my cousin was, which I thought was like the coolest thing in the world. I felt like I was like the top chick rocker girl. So even though I was so young, but yeah, I thought that was like a cool little story time for y'all. Hopefully it'll get me out of the 250 gutter here on TikTok, which I think is ridiculous. I'm getting more views on my freaking YouTube right now for shorts than I am on here. So, but anyway, there you go. That's my story time for today.